What's going on YouTube? It's your boy MixWind. Today, man, if you be checking out this video here called True Apartment Horror Story Animated. And I actually like these short horror animations, bro. They actually be entertaining though, and they be like kind of weird. Like some of that last one I watched actually gave me chills. I ain't even finna lie to y'all, bro. But yeah, man, let's check it out.
My name is Esmeralda. This happened to me when I was a sophomore in college. It was a snowy day, and I was hanging out in my sister's dorm and had just got done with my work. My sister also attends college, but lives in a campus dorm room, whereas I live off campus. Soon, it was time for me to leave, but again, there was a wild snowstorm outside. I don't like to drive in the snow because I'm not good at driving in it. So I asked my sister if she could take me, and she said yes. We got in the car and we drove up to my apartment. I stood outside smoking for a minute and got ready to go in, but I couldn't find my key. I started to look for my key and realized that I left it in my sister's room. So I called her, but there was no answer.
Dang!
I was so angry, but there was nothing I could do. So then I got a call from my neighbor, and I was so annoyed that I thought, okay, I'll just talk to her later. So then a text comes through from my neighbor that said, if you keep making all that noise, I'm gonna report you.
How your neighbor
I
got
was
your phone
thinking that
number?
she was talking about the noise I just made after I kicked the trash can, but she texted again and was like, okay, I'm reporting you.
What?
So she came downstairs, and she looked horrified when she saw me standing at the door. She pushed the door open and asked me why I was making so much noise, and I asked what she was talking about as I just got here. She was always the Karen of the building.
Of course.
I also told her that I forgot my key in my sister's dorm.
You always got one of those.
It was at this point we heard it. From down the hallway, we heard a whole bunch of commotion coming from my apartment. We looked at each other confused as to why the noise was in my empty apartment and what could be causing it. We followed the noise down the hall, and it continued to get louder and louder and louder. So I was thinking at this point, maybe it was an animal. I was thinking everything instead of what I did not want it to be. But to my surprise, when I touched the door handle, it opened.
The freak?
When I walked through the door, I was hit with a huge wave of heat. I instantly took my coat off and went to the thermostat to turn the heat down. It upset me even more because I was the one that had to pay rent and stuff. I looked at the carpet, and there were wet mud prints tracked all throughout my apartment leading to the bathroom. Just then, I heard something that sounded like bottles falling down to the ground.
You got a hobo in your house.
And I turned to run back out of the apartment. But as soon as I touched the door to open it, a hand grabbed my shoulder. It was wet and cold. I turned around, and to my horror, I saw an old man that looked to be in his 30s or 40s with greasy blonde hair touching me. He smiled with a grin that looked so sinister. He said in a low tone of voice, I was waiting for you.
Oh, nah.
I then began to scream, and my neighbor rushed down the stairs. While doing so, she fell down the stairs and injured herself.
Come on.
She got an operator on the phone while I was struggled to get him off of me, and the only weapon that I pretty much had was the perfume in my purse.
What you gonna do with it?
I took the perfume out.
How you even gonna classify it as a weapon? I mean, you can spray him in the eye with it, but I mean...
And I sprayed it in his eyes, and he began to yell and scream, which caused other people to come out of their apartments and see what was going on. They helped me hold him down until the police got there. When I went in my bathroom, all my pill bottles were empty and all of my drawers were ransacked. He carved the word Esmeralda over and over into my wall.
Nah,
how did he know my name? I had never seen this man in my life. It turned out that the man was on drugs and had actually consumed some of my prescription drugs. The man had a long rap sheet, and from what I know, he was a sex offender and also arrested on charges of armed robbery and murder. He also had a load of weapons in his coat. He had been a previous apartment owner here and made copies of his keys before giving them to the landlord after being kicked out of the complex.
Wow, okay. That's
About
crazy.
2 months later, I was stopped by police. They said that a piece of paper was covering my expiration sticker. When the officer showed me, I was horrified. The note said, Esmeralda, soon. I have since moved to another location and have
I
not
will too.
received any more notes or visits. I'm really grateful for my neighbors and for forgetting my key, because I hate to think about what would have happened if I did have my key
Sheesh.
that day.
Man, for real. And he need to brush his freaking teeth, cause them just are yellow. Yeah, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this, man. Like I said, I like these little short horror films. Let me know if y'all want to see some more of these. But yeah, man, I love y'all, bro. Thank y'all for support, bro, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.